Welcome to Inspire and Move, the show that inspires you to create, connect, and grow. I'm going to bring you meaningful conversations, aha moments, and all the motivation you need to up-level every part of your life. I'm Ali Aruda, founder of Inspire and Move, and your personal hype girl. I've gone from fashion school to celebrity stylist to corporate marketing to brick and mortar entrepreneurship with my husband, each time learning incredible lessons how to pivot, reimagine, and implement the steps to become successful. I am passionate about inspiring others to live their best life, a life of joy. We have the power to design a life that we love because life is too short not to. The best part is that you weren't meant to do this alone. If you feel like you were meant for more, let me ride shotgun with you, and together, let's get you to where you want to go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Inspire and Move podcast. I'm your host, Ali Aruda, and I was just saying to my friends over in the Inspire and Move Instagram community that I am doing something for the very first time. I am going live on Instagram while recording my podcast. This just feels really productive, and maybe we'll do this more than once. Matt and I love having dates together to record great podcasts and have good conversations. So this could be a really wonderful way to just spread the message across multiple platforms and in different formats, depending on how you, my community, like to consume this content. So today's topic for today's episode is how to make friends as an adult. And I feel like this is a topic that has kind of come my way naturally over the past year because I am really big on building community and cultivating relationships and creating connections. Those are things that I love to do, but I also feel like I do them really well. And that's something that I have worked hard at. I didn't grow up in Ontario. I grew up in what we always call like the Midwest of Canada. I grew up in Winnipeg, Manitoba, which is a wonderful city. Everyone is so nice. And I was there born and raised and moved to Toronto at the age of 18 to go to university. And I kind of knew that when I relocated here for my specific program in fashion, that there would just be more opportunity for me here in Toronto, in Ontario, and spoiler alert, I stayed. And now I've been here over 20 years and I have such a life here. I'm married to Matt. We have our brick and mortar gym, Benchmark Fitness, among other businesses. And I have really learned how to make relationships as an adult based off of, going to university and not having any friends there. And how do you make new friends? How do you get part-time jobs? And you want to rebuild a whole new life for yourself. And I've had this conversation, again, many times through the different events that I curate and organize and host, but also in the walls of our gym, Benchmark Fitness. And I even had this conversation with a lovely young girl who's also in the fitness space just a few weeks ago over a coffee date that we had. And she recently moved to Ontario, to Burlington from Newfoundland. Yes, I'm like, just fact check, Ali, from Newfoundland. And, making friends as an adult, it's different. And especially if you are an entrepreneur, that you have an online business, because I know there is a lot of you listening, watching, that you are solopreneurs. You work for yourself, and maybe you work either on location or you are an online coach. There's a whole variety of things that you can do when you work for yourself. But how do you make friends as an adult? So I'm giving you 3 tips today as how you can make friends. And these are things that I stand behind because they've all worked for me. And I am also quite passionate about, especially 2 of the 3, but really I'm passionate about all 3. So number 1, the first way you can make friends as an adult, the gym. Now, if you are new here, then I'll let you in on a little secret. If you are a little Inspire and Move veteran, this won't come as a surprise to you, but Matt and I are really proud owners of our gym, Benchmark Fitness, located in the heart of downtown Burlington, just steps from the water. And our number 1 core value at Benchmark Fitness is community. And it's something that I think we do really, really well. And it's something that we are constantly working on and ensuring that we are providing that to our membership base. But this is such a wonderful way to make friends as an adult. And, yes, please come to Benchmark Fitness. We would love to have you, and let's find you some friends. But this is a very specific example, obviously, because it's close to my heart. But you could go to yoga studios, Pilates studios, CrossFit, High Rocks is huge. Find a fitness community. I say the gym because it is the first thing that this is my bread and butter and what we do so well and we're so passionate about. But you could have a more of like a general statement when talking about, a fitness community. And that is going to be a wonderful place to go. Not only are you doing something wonderful for yourself because you're exercising, you're moving your body, working on your physical fitness, your mental fitness, your emotional fitness, you are tapping into all of those things. So you're bettering yourself, first of all, but you are also allowing yourself to immerse yourself with people who also value that. And that is one thing that you will immediately have in common. Maybe you'll start going to the gym. And again, I'm going to use Benchmark Fitness as an example because it's close to home. But we see this with people that come in at 9 a.m. They will see the same people every time. And you kind of learn that their routines and their patterns and their habits, and you kind of get to know their name. And, fast forward a couple weeks, couple months, maybe eventually ask them to go for a coffee because you know that you are both passionate about taking care of yourself. And that's something that is important to you. You are committed because you are seeing this other person regularly at the gym, following a similar schedule to you, and you have a connection. So why not move the needle on that connection? And someone's got to make the first move and ask for a post-workout coffee or a smoothie or a juice, whatever works for you. That is one of my favorite ways. And, maybe depending on the gym or location that you find, maybe they even have community events. So maybe some of these gyms and fitness communities even have something like member socials. That's something that we do, and we're really excited about doing that. And it's a wonderful way to provide this experience for your community, bring them all together, do a class, have post-class water, protein shakes, glass of wine, non-alcoholic beers, whatever it may be. But maybe there are actually like social gatherings that come through your gym. Or maybe there are community like run clubs or dog walks, stroller walks. There are things that could be kind of a byproduct of your gym community that would be a wonderful way for you to get in the room. I am so passionate about that. And this is just a different way of breaking down the notion of getting in the room. You're not going to be able to make friends, find new friends as an adult if you're not going to do the work to get there. Does that make sense? You need to do the work. You need to put yourself in this place. So you have to take action on finding this gym, finding this fitness community, and putting yourself in the room. And maybe it'll be a little bit scary. Maybe you have to get a bit uncomfortable, but then you're going to be able to give yourself the opportunity to connect with like-minded individuals and make some new friends. So gyms, fitness communities, that's my first recommendation, my first hot tip on how to make friends as an adult. Number 2, events. I am such an event girly. I love in-person events, and there are so many different magnitudes. Like you could go for, small events. You could have I'm trying to think of really masterminds obviously are very small and intimate, but that's pretty specific and very niche for like entrepreneurs, typically a higher ticket price. But maybe there's a book club. Maybe you moved to Burlington, Ontario. You're new, you're looking for friends, and you love reading. So you look online, or maybe you go to your local library and ask about book clubs, or search book clubs online, Eventbrite. You do have to do a little bit of work to help yourself out. So looking at local events. Again, I'm going to use myself as an example, my business, Inspire and Move. We love doing events, and we do them really well. And we offer a variety of events. So the one that I'm going to really dial into right now is my Girlfriend's Walk. This is something that I started last year that I thought that would be really fun. I feel like this will be nice. Let's all get together, go for a walk, maybe finish and get a coffee. And it's just all about community and connection. And they have really evolved. Fast forward, here we are a year later, and I'm now welcoming sometimes 65 women. And the last one we did earlier in October was actually smaller. It was probably more like 20 to 25 women, but wonderful. So sometimes that, you want quality over quantity because you really want to focus on the connections. And I want this to be high value for these women that have taken a few hours out of their evening to come and get what they're looking for. And this recent one, early October, we hosted at Benchmark Fitness in downtown Burlington. And it was amazing to see there was a handful of girls that were new to Burlington, and they heard about this event. whether it be from the downtown Burlington Instagram. So there's a little takeaway for you. If you are new to a new city, town, look them up online. Look, do they have an Instagram? Are they posting local events? And that is a fantastic way for you to get yourself in the room, take action, and go to a local event. And that is exactly what happened with some of these girls. And one of them said that her sister-in-law follows me, so she sent her the event because she knows that she was looking to make new friends. And it was amazing to see friendships form before my eyes. And it was a joy moment for me because I love making, connections and building community, but to be able to witness it and see people just get what they came for, that is such a win. So local events, like something like this, like the Girlfriends Walk. Next one is, by the time this episode's airing, it's probably actually come and gone. So we'll tap into some other events in the Inspire and Move community. But finding people that you love to follow, that's a great example. Who do you like to follow in your area? Do they do events? And yes, you might have to put some money down. You might need to buy a ticket for things, but that also shows your commitment. And that will show the commitment of everybody else at that event. And that's a great quality to find in a new friend. So finding these local events and putting them on your calendar, getting the ticket, and also going there with good energy. You have to show up and you have to make an effort to make these connections and make these friendships. And you want to be memorable. You want to stand out. You want to be memorable. So be fresh-faced. Go in with a smile. Have good energy. And introduce yourself and take action. And then you'll never know who you might get to meet and what you're going to have in common with these people and what friendships are waiting for you on the other side. So far we have, number one, gym community, fitness community is a wonderful way to make new friends as an adult. Number two, going to live events. And that also, you guys, could be big events. Like maybe it's like 1,000-person event, but you follow the event hashtag, you follow the event account, and then you can see in the stories, oh my gosh, this girl looks like really cool, has something in common with me. I'm going to follow her and maybe make a connection, and maybe we can meet up at the lunch break or coffee break. So yes, again, I feel like I'm repeating myself. And so everyone on Instagram Live, if they're just joining, well, maybe you've not heard this before. So that's great. But those of you listening on this podcast or have been here on the live since the beginning, you just get to hear me hammer home this message. But really being present in taking the effort and the action to make these connections and find the new friends as an adult, because that's what we want. And we as humans, we are constantly evolving. And I'm 38 years old. I am so open to collecting new friends as I get older because my interests are changing. My drive is getting more and more laser focused on my big dreams and my big goals. And I want people in my circle that operate the same way and that you can have good conversations. You can bounce ideas and challenges off one another, but that you're also going to have people that really want to support you in your goals and your achievements, and you just can celebrate together. And so this is totally something that will change as you evolve as an adult. If you are an entrepreneur for, 5 years, 1 year, 10 years, you should always have space to welcome some new people and, be mindful of what your circles look like. Your really tight inner circle, and then that small circle, medium circle, large circle, but having space for people that are on that same expansion path as you is really quite inspiring. So recapping, number one, gyms, fitness communities. Number two, events. Number three, this is our last hot tip on how to make friends as an adult, is social media. And you might hear this and be like, hang on, that's not in person at all. How do I do that? Well, you start in the DMs and then you take it to in person. So it's kind of like online dating, I guess. Online dating came after Matt and I met, so I have no experience in that department. I can't imagine. Probably wouldn't be that great at it. But social media is a wonderful way to make new friends. So, walking us through this as a team here, finding someone that you really resonate with, finding their account, engage with them. It's called social media for a reason. Like and comment on their Instagram posts, their reels, share it, send them a DM. If something I recently posted a video when Matt and I were in Mexico, how I was taking a room tour, and I walked straight into the glass shower. Like, I didn't see that there was a glass shower door to an outdoor shower, and I walked fully into it. It was actually quite funny. Had a great laugh, but I got so much engagement in my DMs from people that just appreciated something that was funny. And it's something that I was like, this is just too good not to share this with the world. And I'm very passionate about sharing authentic content on my page. And so you find people that resonate with you, and like, what do you like to consume? Who is someone that you like? I have followed people in the past that I've now had the opportunity to meet and connect with and become friends with, that I would sort of put on a pedestal, and I thought of them as like a celebrity. And I always felt like, I feel like we're very similar and that we would actually be great friends. And because that's how they showed up online. So you find this friend online or multiple people, and you can engage with them, take the conversation to the DMs. I'm sure you'll be able to figure out where they live. Maybe they have their location tags on. And so if you are local to each other, then that is easier to set up a coffee date or go for a glass of wine, go for a walk, book a workout class. My gosh, you can combine all three of these things. Make a friend on social media and then go to a workout class together and get a post-workout coffee. And maybe you go to an event together, and you're putting yourselves in this high energy environment that's going to allow you to just move the needle on creating a deeper connection that comes from the place of, commonality, doing things that you both appreciate. So something like this, if you are both people that are interested in fitness and health and wellness, going to a workout class together probably feels like an energetic match for both of you. So that's something that you'll both have in common, you'll both appreciate. Then you probably want to have an opportunity to get to know each other. So perhaps, you time block your date, quote unquote, with one another to be a workout and a coffee. So maybe you're investing 2 hours or, whatever the duration of the class is. And you're going to go have a post-workout beverage of sort that allows you to have that conversation and that connection time. And then maybe you put another date on your calendar to go to an event together. Maybe it's a networking event. Maybe it's the Inspire and Move Girlfriends Walk, whatever it may be. You want to do things that can continue, with the momentum of this connection that you are creating, but also ensuring that you are putting effort in on both sides, because it's a relationship. Friendships are a relationship. So you want to have that give and take of checking in with each other. And this is just I'm just kind of soliciting my opinion right now and my advice, but it is a relationship, and you want to write down key dates. We learned something with someone in our network recently has something big going on, and I have a mental note in my calendar as well. Okay, Wednesday afternoon, want to check in with her to see how this appointment went. And I think this is just a wonderful way to show your integrity as a human, as a friend, how you care for someone. And so it does take that effort to just make a little note. Matt and I will send texts to each other like, hey, don't forget it's this person's birthday, or let's send a shared calendar invite. Because those are just little things, but they help us be better humans. And I don't know about all of you listening and watching. I always want to be a better human. And I believe that we can continuously be students on personal development and happiness and joy and how we treat people and conversations and our relationship building. So these are all things that I always want to be working on. And that's something that, you find the right people that want to do the same thing. And then you're going to create beautiful relationships out of it. So to recap today's 3 things when it comes to how to make friends as an adult. Number 1, find a gym or a community, a fitness community, a studio that feels aligned for you and that you can invest your time and money and energy to be at. So gym, fitness community, number 1. Number 2, events. Put some events on your calendar. Buy a ticket. Put it in the calendar. Show up and play full out with a big smile on your face and good energy. Number 3, social media. Find people that you connect with online, engage with them, dialogue with them, take it from the DMs into real life, and just see what kind of magic happens. So thank you all so much for listening and watching. How fun to do an Instagram live while also doing a podcast. I really kind of loved this, and I'm all for like productivity and time efficiency. And this just felt like a chef's kiss on the efficiency front. So I'm going to sign off here on the podcast, and I feel like I have some really fun comments in the Instagram live that I want to check over to. So Thank you all so much for listening and watching to the Inspire and Move podcast. If you have a few minutes and you can just take 2 seconds to give a very kind and loving 5-star rating and review, that would mean so much to yours truly. It's one of the best ways that we can grow the show. And until next time, lots of love, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you so much for listening. If you loved this episode, it would mean the world to me if you took 30 seconds and shared this on social media, send it to a friend, or leave a 5-star review. There is power in community, and I am so grateful to have you part of mine.